let's play Code Wars. So the kata, which is a level at Code Wars, is called reversed sequence. And the instructions are really simple today. So build a function that returns an array of integers from n to 1, where n is bigger than 0. So for example, n equals 5 would generate an array that starts with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then stops. Okay, I think we discussed something like this a few moments ago already, but I would like to show you one different way of doing this. I think, so the tests are assuming that it's an actual array, so they are probably, but they are doing a deep equal. So this might actually do something with iterators too. We can try it out. So one type of way to do this kind of infinite loops, as you may, well, almost infinite or infinite loops, so ranging from somewhere to somewhere else, is to use generators. So you do generators by having the star before your function name declaration. So that states that we now have an iterator function. Let's see if it's accepted. If it's not, then we'll just implement something that makes it a concrete array out of this. But we can start with the n, and let's do a simple for loop for this. So for we already have the n, so as long as n is bigger than 1, we do, n minus minus, right? And then when we have the iterator function, then, generator function that returns an iterator, then we can have a new keyword that's called yield. And we can yield a value. So this works so that it goes through each and every loop and yields another value. It's like returning multiple times from a function. And then you can go through this sequence and generate an array out of it. Let's see if the deep equal function does that for us, or if we need to implement it ourselves. Okay, so a JavaScript object does not deeply equal 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it doesn't kind of flatten out the array or the iterator into an array before doing the comparison. But that's okay, because we can make this into an array, into a concrete array, by just calling the reverse sequence function with, for example, array from, I think. A quicker way of doing it would be to just spread it out. So let's do it like reverse sequence n, and now it should work. Yay! So spreading an iterator into an array does like takes all the values from the iterator and then returns the array of those values. Let's see how we did. Okay, random tests, sample tests, basic tests. Okay, let's submit and see how others did this. Yes, so simple mutation. So this could be const because only the reference to the array is immutable in this case. You're not mutating the reference to an array because you're pushing into it. Array n fill 0 map e n minus 1. So this is can be a bit like, well, I wouldn't say wasteful, but you are generating an array that you fill with zeros, and then you are creating another array that you map over. Or the mapping always returns a new array, right? But a really a good answer to this question or this task. So, okay, this is something I didn't know. So it seems that you can give the length to the array.from, and then you can provide some kind of generator function that populates the array. This is a really nice thing to know. I would have needed this many times. I wonder if it's a pretty recent addition to JavaScript. But really nice to know. Same as the first one, then doing just with the index and reversing it, so additional step, but it doesn't generate any new arrays, it just reverses the last instance of the array. And then n.concatenate reverse sequence n-1. Really good. So this is a recursive implementation of the same thing. So we have the first, what happens if the n is smaller than 1. So we just return an array of n. And then we concatenate. So this is kind of making a flat map out of those all small nested arrays. And then, oh, and I didn't know you could do this. This is interesting. So, because if you do it with array n, so let's say, for example, array 10.map, you end up with 10 empty slots of array. And .map does not consider empty slots as something that you would map over, so it skips the empty slots. But if you spread out the array 10, then you'll end up with 10 undefines, and undefines are mapped. So this is a clever way to do it also. Very good. So I think that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video and would like to see more like it, please like the video and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and happy coding!